Tune in to MissRossRadio.com. Did she just say that?
I'm grateful that a lot of you like to hear me talk. And I have to admit, I am surprised because you guys know, especially those who tune into my podcast, you know that I talk a lot of shit. A lot of people consider me to be biased. The negative, derogatory comments that one can call someone. I have been called that. I get people like you guys, DMing me, emailing me, or, you hit me up on Messenger on Facebook for you guys to remind me that I haven't done them. It says a lot, and it means a lot to me. And I appreciate you guys for, keeping me on my toes and reminding me of what I'm supposed to. Some of you, when I talk to some of you, I like to do it from my heart. I like to do it based on how I'm feeling and what I feel God is wanting me to tell you. So if it's laid on my heart, I feel like it comes from God. I feel like he's saying, I need you to say this to the people today. And so that's how I move, I move according to how I'm led to move. I get a lot of people always asking me, or they tell me that, I smile a lot. I'm always in good spirits, and they ask me, how do you do it? How do you get up every day? How do you self-motivate? Because I believe in self-motivation. And so a lot of people want to know, how do I do it? What gets me up in the morning and makes me go to work, makes me get in my car and drive to business because I don't have someone over my shoulder telling me to do that. I don't have a boss. I am my own boss. So what gets me up? Reality. The fact that my reality is I'm not where I want to be. I don't have the amount of money in the bank that I would like to see in my bank account. There are things that my children every day remind me, with them wanting things, you know what I mean? Them needing things and me not being able to get them both their needs and wants. That right there alone makes me get up and say, I'm trying to improve myself. I'm harder on myself than other people. I'm constantly telling myself, you're not doing enough. You could be doing better. You could be doing more. You need to apply yourself. I'm harder on myself. I am my own drill sergeant. That's what gets me up. I'm constantly yelling at myself in my head. From the time I lay down at night to the time I get up in the morning, I'm constantly, yelling at myself. You got to do better. This isn't good enough. You can't just settle. You can't be content with where you are. You can't be comfortable with where you are because this is not where you want to be. Like I said, that's one of the reasons why I get up and do what I need to do. Secondly, I have learned and I've trained myself over the years not to allow my emotions to cause me to sit down and not do what I'm supposed to do. I used to let my husband and I used to let the issues that we were dealing with in our marriage affect me on a business level. And that was never the move. That's not a business-minded woman. That's not a business-minded individual to allow your personal life to affect your business life. Because if you allow your personal to affect your business, you're never going to be in business. You're never going to be successful at business. So you have to learn how to separate the two. People around you are going to say that you're not shit. I mean, I used to get called that all the time. You ain't shit. You're heartless. While I got all of this going on in my head and people calling me names and they're not knowing, where I'm trying to go mentally and financially, I had to bear all that and I had to deal with all those names being called, but at the end of the day, I had to, keep my mind focused on what I knew, what I was doing. I knew what I was doing and I knew what I had to do. I was blocking out personal things that if find yourself dealing with personal issues that will affect you on levels of succeeding and elevating yourself than anything else. It's always the people that are close to you. It's always the situations that are closest to you that seem to affect you, and that's what hinders you. So like when I'm in my feelings, right? I mean, I can be heartbroken, and I get heartbroken and I get disappointed. I get hurt. And I know that it doesn't seem like that because I'm a strong woman. Believe it or not, I used to be the type of woman that cried all the time. I used to cry for every little thing, everything that bothered me. Anything that someone said to me, I would just burst out into tears and just, and then one day my dad told me, he said, you cry too much. Why are you crying so much? Stop, wearing your emotions on your sleeve. That's the last thing you want to do. You never want to let a person, you know what I mean? So, and it took years of me doing that because I was a very emotional person. But don't get it twisted. I am human. Men break my heart. My dad break my heart. My children break my heart. And I know it doesn't seem like that because of how I am and how I think and how focused I am. But trust me, there's not a week that goes by that I can, not say that I have not been disappointed, let down, hurt, or felt some type of way because of, what somebody might have said or how somebody chooses to treat me, especially when I feel like I deserve more out of that person. I get depressed. I think the difference between me and some of you is that I don't let depression sit on me. Like, I refuse to let this dark cloud come over me and sit on me and cause me not to want to get up and get out and do something with my life or, go promote my business. No, I have to get up and I have to do something. I'm not just going to sit at home and do nothing. When you start to feel down, right? You can feel it come on you. It starts in your mind. You start thinking about everything that's going wrong. You start thinking about everything that's not happening for you. You start thinking about how much you're working hard and how much you are applying yourself and you're not seeing any results. And so as those thoughts begin to enter your mind, you start to feel sorry for yourself. So now you start to compare yourself to somebody else that you see isn't working hard or that you feel like has more than what you have, and it doesn't seem like they're doing anything to acquire what they have. And so what happens is you start to feel sorry for yourself. That is where you have to. As soon as you start feeling sorry for yourself, that's when you're going to want to go inside of yourself, which is your shell. You're going to want to ball up and you're going to want to stay there and you're not going to want to come out. That's when you close all the curtains in your room. You're sitting in the dark. You're listening to depressing music and now you're contemplating other things that would not only affect your life, but affect the lives of the people that are around you who actually do care about you. But it doesn't seem like that because you're not really getting the support from them that you feel like you should be getting. I've been there. I've done it. I face it every day from my siblings, my dad, my family members. I feel like there's a lot they could be doing, a lot more. But what I also know and what I also understand is that even though we have family around us, and yes, they see us working, they see us grinding, they see us trying to elevate to the next level, but they're not moving in our direction. They're not moving in our favor. I understand that they don't have to. They don't have to. People don't owe you nothing. Just like you don't owe them nothing. And see, that's the part that people don't understand. See, they understand the concept of, I don't owe you nothing. I don't have to help you. I don't have to get out and pass out your flyers with you. I don't have to talk about your business. See, they understand that part. They understand that that's their right. But what they don't understand is when you become successful, when you get up there and when you are on that platform and when you are able, to do things for them, they don't realize that you don't have to do it either. Yeah, I'm rich. Yeah, I'm sitting on $1 million, but I don't have to do shit for you either. See, they don't get that part. See, that's when they become confused. Once you make it, once you get on, now everybody who wasn't willing to help you feel like you owe them something. No, I'm here to tell you, it don't work like that. Don't beg nobody to do shit for you. Do it yourself. Far as I'm concerned, that's 1 or 2, 3, 10 less people you got to provide for when you do make it. You ain't got to pass out not one goddamn flyer because you best believe when I get where I know I'm going to be, I ain't got to do shit for you either. And don't even think about asking me because you already know what it's going to be. I'm going to give you the side and I'm going to keep it moving. And I'm not going to feel no way about it. You can't expect people to do stuff for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to do it yourself. If I waited on the people that I wanted to be with me when I started my radio station or any business that I have and any business that I've ever started in the past, if I waited on those people to help me and get with me and start building and start stacking blocks, I would not. I repeat, I would not be where I have a business to my name. You couldn't look my business up in the state of Florida or Georgia and find it anywhere if I had weight on those people. I had to realize that this is my dream. This is my life. This is what I want. See, people can't see what you want for you. They can't see anything for you because they can't see anything for them. So why do you expect for somebody to think outside the box for you when they can't even think outside the box for themselves? These are the same people that have not changed their daily routine since you guys been in middle school. These are the people that you are expected to support you. You got to leave these people for themselves. That's it. They've already showed you all their plays. They're not doing anything else. They're not about to get off that porch. They're not about to leave that town. They're not about to start a business. They are happy and they are content with where they are. You have to motivate yourself. If you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. If you don't do it, it's not going to get done. If you don't do it, you will every day, and tell yourself to get your ass up, do what you got to do and make it happen. Tell yourself you better get out there and you better make this shit happen today. Myself every day. I look in the mirror and I say, let me tell you something, Miss Ross. If you don't get your ass up out this house, if you don't do what you need to do, it ain't gonna get done. And you ain't got nobody to blame but if you don't make no money today, guess whose fault it is? It's yours. It's yours. So get up, okay? Get up. Stop trying to feel sorry for yourself. We're not even about going to happen. Let's go. Let's go. And that's what I tell myself every day. Let's go. Get my stuff. Get my cards, and I'm in the streets. I don't want you guys to don't get discouraged by people who are going to turn you away. You're going to get that. That's normal. There's nothing abnormal about that, okay? Don't think something's wrong with you. Don't think that you have a service that nobody wants. No, they need your service just as much as they need my service. They need your service. You just might have caught a person on a bad day. You just keep moving to the next person, and that's what I do. So you set a goal. My goal is to reach at least 30 businesses a day. I used to do 25 businesses a week. But like I said, I'm hard on myself. So I get out when I drop my kids off at school at 8:30. I don't even come back home. I go straight to work. I pass out flyers. And I make sure I hit at least 30. Sometimes, I go in the business. I don't even say anything, but hi, how you doing? I'm going to leave you a flyer today. And I go. And then some people stop me and say, hey, wait a minute. Let me talk to you. Like a guy now I got a meeting today with. Last week I went in I met my quota. Matter of fact, I went over my quota. I did 50. And so I stopped in a few people and I was just running in and I was like, hey, I'm just here to put this flyer in here, give you some valuable information that your business would need. And so I had a few people say, wait a minute, do you have a couple minutes to talk to me? And that's when I stop and I talk to them about and what I have to offer the business. I've just secured the bag. And that's what I do. Like your business needs to be like a life or death situation. Like you just have to do it. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you're going to die. And that's the truth. Your business will die. You know what I mean? You might not die a physical death, but your business will die. Most people don't want you doing better than them anyways. It's rare to have a few people that is really rooting for you, who really want to see you. Trust me, even your mates, I've been there. I've been in these situations where I've had mates that didn't want me to be great because they felt like once I got on, I was going to trade them in. People know who they are. They know that you deserve better and they know that you can have better and they see you, living amongst a certain class of people, which they don't see themselves being in. So as soon as you get to where you want to be in life, they're almost sure and they're almost certain that you're going to leave them. And 9 times out of 10, you will. And it's not that you left them because you feel like you're better. It's because you outgrew them and you look back and you realize how much they was your level. So basically, you're dealing with like-minded people now and you just don't have any time anymore for the people who are not mentally on your level. So, when people elevate themselves and people progress in life and people get to a higher level, they don't necessarily stay in the same place that they are. And it's not because they don't want to, it's because they can't. Sometimes your mate forces you to move on because they just refuse to change their mindset. They just refuse to get on the bandwagon. They just refuse to come with you. They rather you stay stuck with them rather than them be elevated with you. And it's like going to settle for struggling just to prove my love or just to say that we are content with where we are when I know that we can have more and we can have better and we can be living in a fabulous life. I'm not going. If I have to leave you because you don't want to do better and you don't want more, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit back for love. Because love don't pay the goddamn bill. I can't take my love for you up to the light bill people and up to the insurance company or up to the mortgage company and say, take this love and pay this bill. That's not realistic.
Almost turning up your radio. Miss Russ Radio.